Oblique Seville walked into Monaco carrying a target on his back. 6 days earlier, a 21-year-old college sprinter beat him in front of the world. Fans wondered if the world champion was slipping. Jordan Anthony wanted to find out too. He chased Seville down the home stretch in Monaco, closing fast with every step. Seville had one answer left, and it silenced every doubt in the stadium. Seville earned that world champion label the hard way. For years, he was the sprinter who ran fast early rounds and then faded in the final. He placed 4th at the 2022 Worlds, 4th again at the 2023 World, and finished last in the 8-man final at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Then everything changed. At the World Championships in Tokyo last September, Seville ran a personal best 9.77 seconds to beat Kashane Thompson and defending champion Noah Lyles. It was Jamaica's first global 100-meter title since Usain Bolt in 2016, and it made Seville the man everyone else in the sport was chasing. He is coached by Glenn Mills, the same coach who guided Bolt through 3 Olympic sweeps, and that pedigree only raised expectations for every race after Tokyo. 6 days before Monaco, that chase caught him. Seville lined up at the Prefontaine Classic in Eugene, Oregon on July 4th. This race did not carry Diamond League points, but it still mattered to every sprinter on that line. Kanyinsola Ajayi, a 21-year-old from Nigeria, exploded past the field. He grabbed the lead at the 30-meter mark and never gave it back. Ajayi crossed the line in 9.84 seconds. This was not the first time Ajayi and Seville had shared a track. In that same Tokyo World Championship final where Seville won gold, Ajayi finished 6th in exactly 10.00 seconds. 10 months later, the roles flipped. Ajayi crossed the line first, and the reigning world champion had to settle for second. Ajayi was no stranger to fast tracks. He attends Auburn University, and that same season he had already broken Nigeria's 20-year-old national record with a 9.84 of his own at the NCAA East Regional. He then won the NCAA Outdoor 100-meter title, becoming only the second Nigerian man ever to do it. Eugene was his first Diamond League race. He walked in as a rookie and walked out having beaten a reigning world champion. For Seville, that loss raised a hard question. Was the world champion beatable now? A young sprinter with almost no senior experience had just run him down. Everyone wanted to see how he would answer. Jamaica had waited years for a return to the top of the podium, and Seville had only just delivered it. Losing again this early would have reopened every old question about whether he truly belonged there. Nobody had to wait long. 6 days later, he lined up again, this time in Monaco. The meeting was called Meeting Hercules EBS. Monaco has one reputation above all else. Letsile Tebogo, the Olympic 200-meter champion, lined up in the race. Tebogo had his own score to settle. At the Tokyo Worlds, he was disqualified from the 100-meter final for a false start before the race even began. Marcell Jacobs, the 2021 Olympic 100-meter champion, was also in the field, fresh off a shocking 9.67 seconds days earlier at a meet in Austria. That time had a heavy tailwind and could not count as a record, but it still ranked as the 3rd fastest 100 meters ever run in any conditions. Emmanuel Eseme, the reigning African 100 meters champion, stood in the blocks too. And next to Seville stood Jordan Anthony, the man who would push him closest to the line. Anthony was not just another sprinter chasing a big name. Just months earlier, in March, he won the World Indoor 60-meter title in Torun, Poland, running 6.41 seconds, the joint 4th fastest time ever run indoors. He did it in his first competition outside the United States. He did it after a blood clot formed in his arm the day before, from a doping test that went wrong. None of that stopped him. Anthony had already beaten his own training partner, Olympic 100-meter champion Noah Lyles, at the U.S. Indoor Championships. Lyles handed him a championship belt afterward as a joke, but the message was real. This was a sprinter who showed up to the biggest races and delivered. Anthony did not grow up dreaming about the 100 meters alone. He played football too, first as a wide receiver at the University of Kentucky and then at the University of Arkansas, splitting his time between the field and the track. He only committed to sprinting full-time after winning the Bowerman in 2025, the top individual honor in college track and field. Less than a year later, he was chasing down a reigning world champion on one of the fastest tracks in the world. Seville still held the world list lead heading into the race. He had run 9.82 seconds 1 month earlier at the Jamaican Athletics Championships in Kingston, still the fastest time in the world this year. But a fast time from weeks ago does not win a race today. He had to prove it again, live, in a stadium that remembered what happened in Eugene. When the gun fired, Seville got out clean. He built his lead through the middle of the race, the way a world champion is supposed to. Then Jordan Anthony made his move. He brought that same closing speed from Toruń to Monaco, and he came flying down the home stretch, eating into the gap with every stride. For a moment, it looked close. Seville had a lead, but Anthony was not backing off. This was the same sprinter who chased down Kishani Thompson for a world title. He was not going to fade quietly. But Seville held his form and crossed the line first. The clock stopped at 9.88 seconds. Anthony followed in 9.92, missing his personal best by 1/100th of a second. That is almost nothing. That is the blink of an eye. So what does this result actually mean? Seville answered the only question that mattered after Eugene. People wondered if he had lost his edge to a faster, younger field. In Monaco, he proved he had not. He controlled the race from the gun to the line and held off a hard-charging Jordan Anthony exactly when it counted. This was not a lucky win either. Anthony ran 9.92, nearly his lifetime best. The same sprinter who had just beaten Olympic and world medalists indoors, Eseme ran an exact 10.0, beating a European record holder for bronze. Marcell Jacobs, a former Olympic champion himself, could not even crack the podium. This was a stacked field running fast times under real pressure, and Seville still walked away with the win by 4/100ths of a second, the same margin that separated gold from silence. The road does not end in Monaco. Budapest hosts the first ever World Athletics Ultimate Championship from September 11th to 13. It is a brand new event with a $10 million prize purse, and every individual event is capped at just 16 athletes, all of them either reigning champions or the very best on the world rankings. Seville is already expected to be there as the man defending his title. Ajayi already proved in Eugene that he can beat Seville on the right day. Anthony proved in Monaco that he can push Seville all the way to the line. Two different sprinters, two different races, and both of them showed the world champion is not untouchable. The next time these three share a track, in Brussels or in Budapest, the result might not go the same way. But for now, on the fast track at Stade Louis II, Oblique Seville silenced Jordan Anthony. He shut down every doubt that followed him out of Eugene. He sent one clear message to the rest of the world's sprinters with the biggest races of the season still to come. The world champion is still the man to beat, and Monaco proved it in front of everyone watching.